coming back.
Hey everybody, Dom here. This is part 2 of a 2-part series, so make sure to watch the first video first. The basic idea of these videos is to cover places in Left 4 Dead 2 that some people may not know exist, show shortcuts, glitches, and Easter eggs. When we last left off, all Left 4 Dead 1 maps were covered, so now we'll be moving on to Left 4 Dead 2 stuff. Going in chronological order, this video will start off with the first map of the campaign, Dead Center. Here's a fun glitch. By clicking to use a consumable, but switching at the last moment before it succeeds, it's possible to spam character sound effects. Near the end of the map, a small detail most people will not notice is the falling zombies. For a short duration after the first player enters this area, flaming zombies will fall from the building. Moving on to the second map, this glitch can be performed elsewhere, but here's a good place to showcase it. Basically, it's possible to duplicate pistols. Doing so too much will lag up a server, eventually causing the game to become unplayable. Therefore, it's a good idea to kick a player if they look like they're attempting this glitch. This is really a gameplay basic. By shooting Boomerbile at a location in the map that common infected can't navigate to, instead of running towards the point of impact, they'll enter a sort of stationary idle. It can sometimes be ideal to use this gameplay mechanic when it's not in best interest to lead zombies to a specific location. This isn't a one-way. The concrete block in the tunnel can be used to climb back over. Glitchy tank. Items can be thrown farther by shoving right after releasing the item. This applies to all miscellaneous items that are held in this fashion. Timing is the important factor of this trick, as shoving too early or too late will result in flinging the item not very far. What actually happens at this point in the map is the man in the store fires something to explode the tanker truck and then closes his window. The man can be seen in his window from the right angle. He looks like the fallen survivor zombie in the passing campaign. This biohazardous garbage is missing its clipping.
Reloading.
On the third map, here's just a small shortcut. This area is often overlooked. This clothing store actually has changing rooms. This next area is the reason why I made this series. Near the 2 escalators is a long pitch-black hallway. There's 2 bathrooms at the end. No one would ever go down this area unless they were super desperate or didn't know where to go, so it's possible for people to never see this area in the entire time they spend playing this game. Just up the escalator is this one way. By entering the room on the right and pushing the chair into the hallway, it's possible to bypass this one way and go backwards. This is ideal for versus mode, as a tank can spawn after this point, and the area before this point is big and open. People often dislike if they are forced to take the bottom path through the mall rather than the toy store path. One reason for this is the path doesn't have the medical cabinet. Actually, it does, but it's hidden in the left room. Another dark hallway that none know exists. For context, here's the toy store in comparison. On the fourth and final map of Dead Center, here are some alternate ways to get down between floors. Moving on to the next campaign, the passing. What's up with today and dumb tanks? A horde will always trigger by startling the wedding witch. On the second map, Here's an area that's just subpar in terms of how glitchy and unfinished it is. The wheelbarrow's not even solid. The ladder on the bulldozer is an actual ladder. Here's the Midnight Riders Easter egg.
I must be dreaming.
Fire. How does it work?
Can you forgive me?
Falling on zombies kills them and cushions your landing. Not really a reliable way to avoid fall damage, though.
$5 for it. Let's get off these stairs.
These walls can be destroyed super pointlessly. For the next trick, a gas can is going to have to take a really long journey. Now that the gas can is in the third and final map, it can be used in the generator event. This means basically, rather than collecting all the gas cans and bringing them back to the generator, a portion of the map can be skipped. The map can be cheated to a greater degree if, let's say, 4 players each bring 1 gas can from the previous map. It's even possible to overfill the generator. It's possible to give the original survivors pills and adrenaline shots. This next thing can only be done online. By going into the pause menu and selecting Take a Break while the elevator is going down, the area will enter a sort of standby phase. Rather than all the gas cans getting highlighted, the left pillar near the elevator will be highlighted. Once clicked, the map will continue normally. This displacement is buggy. The ending of this map is never not buggy.
No, I haven't heard that one.
Moving on to the next campaign, Dark Carnival. A small section of the map can be skipped by climbing on this bus's bumper and then this truck's tire. Unfortunately, bots can't take this path.
Reloading.
On the second map, there's an overlooked area on the right before the carousel event.
Quiet, y'all. I hear a witch. No lights.
A small alternative path on the third map.
This isn't very romantic.
Oddly, people think this is a one-way. Voice commands used near microphones actually amplify sound. Earl's Gator Village is a reference to the Swamp Fever campaign. Throughout Left 4 Dead 2, loads of ads refer to places that can actually be visited. Moving on to the next campaign, Swamp Fever. When bots have melee weapons only, they'll attempt to kill witches. This normally doesn't end well for them. However, if all 3 attack at the same time, they can kill the witch. On the third map, but really this is not map specific, witches can be shoved like common infected if they're already stumbling from an explosion. On the fourth and final map, it's possible to get on top of the bushes behind the mansion by using the roots of trees for leverage. Bots can't get up here, however, but it makes for good spots to camp out. By landing on the railings, it's possible to avoid fall damage. Moving on to the next campaign, Hard Rain. Teleporting bots and magical zombies. Weird. Great attention to detail. A garage sale that sells $2 for an empty box with a little bit of dirt. And $1 for a box with more dirt. Oddly, the television, pot, and mug are free. Not really much to talk about in this campaign. Jumping on stuff in the second map. The path less traveled. Common infected die when shoved from behind. This trick was patched out of the next map, where it could actually be useful in returning to the sugar mill. Obviously, players were never meant to get up here. Moving on to the third map, oddly, zombies can't navigate to the top of this truck. An easy way to kill a witch from afar. Simply headshot her and deal damage while she stumbles. Normally, people fall down here and continue through the water slowly back the original way they came. But there's actually a shortcut back through the top area. Just take the right pipe and follow the walkway.
There's the safe house.
Bots have psychic powers and will sense you looking at them and will turn to look at you back. Freaky. On the fourth map, let's see. Looks like they're selling water for $2 now. These people are paranoid enough to have bulletproof glass, but not paranoid enough to have bulletproof doors. How does all the metal steps on a slide ladder suddenly break? On the fifth and final map, one of the rare situations where a portable toilet can actually be accessed in this game. Now for the final campaign, the Parish. Before the game came out, one of the selling points was that maps would have multiple pathways through. Here's one of the rare situations where they actually kept random pathing. On the third map, a severely burnt down house has a pristine condition toilet in it. You'd think it'd be at least a little bit dirty, from the fire, and the ash, and the debris. If one car alarm is triggered, it may be a good idea to trigger the rest, as no extra zombies will spawn, but there'll be less metaphorical landmines to deal with. A good way to spawn block both sides of the fence in versus mode. On the fifth and final map, there's nothing else to do while waiting for the bridge to lower. Why not climb up the stop sign?
We are not infected.
Here's a really severe bug that surprisingly wasn't patched out. Let's try that again. Simply jump here and walk up here. Now there's almost no obstacles until the end of the map. Note, you need enough health to not get in-capped from fall damage at the end. Helicopter blades hurt! Well, that was fun. I hope at least one person learned one new thing about this game, its hidden secrets, glitches, and Easter eggs. If I missed anything, feel free to say in the comments. As always, thanks for watching. Like, fave, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Au revoir.